Hi there, this is Al Steele from Not So Shabby Music with a special edition of The Man Behind the Music. The persona of Wolfman has become a bit of an internet sensation, and we have managed to get a rare interview with him. We did try to talk to him on the phone back in 2018, but that didn't go as planned, as you will hear from this transcript.
Hello, this is Al Steele from Not So Shabby Music. Is this Wolfman?
How did you get this number?
I just wanted to talk a little bit about Wolf at the Door.
Did give you this number? This is a unlisted number.
I just wanted to...
Off and don't ever call this number again, you
Well, as you heard, that didn't go so well. But since then, the Wolfman appears to have mellowed and has granted us an interview over Zoom. Maybe because he needs to promote his new single, Plasticine Figures, or perhaps he is just in a better place these days. Anyway, we talked to him about his philosophy on life and the music business, and also to dig down into some of his working methods and influences. First of all, though, here is what his musicians have to say about him.
Oh yeah, I really enjoyed it. It was really good. Yeah. What's he like? Interesting. He's very furry. I couldn't quite get over how furry he was. But you know, under all that fur and claws, I'm sure he's a real sweetie. Yeah.
Hi, how you doing? I'd like to tell you about my experiences with Mr. Wolfman. Okay, so first thing is I go in the studio with producer Al, and he says, I'd like you to meet Wolfman. And I think he means like, I'd like you to meet Wolfman. So I say, how you doing, Wolf? And he says, my name is Wolfman. So I was then thinking, is Wolf like his first name and Man his second name? So I said, okay, how pleased to meet you, Mr. Man. Anyway, so then we go in the studio, and I'm feeling bad. My 5th session in 3 days. And I bad stomach, bad head. I probably had a virus or something. I was bad. And so Mr. Man says, I'd just like you to play what you feel on this track. So it starts out, and then the track starts. I'm just playing bad because I feel bad. I'm playing like I got... and he said, stop the track, stop. What are you doing? I said, you told me to play like I feel bad. And he said, and if he told me to play good, he would have got some Phil Woods or something. But anyway, and then the next thing we go in the studio, and he said, this song is in D minor. And I knew that was a sad key, a very sad key. And I'm thinking, let's make it a little more interesting, a little more modern. So I'm thinking of a substitution, like we do down in the jazz club. And so I'm thinking, you're going to play D minor. I'm going to play F diminished scale. I'm going to play all these sounds, and it's going to sound so cool and modern. And we start the track, and I start playing, and he says, stop, what are you doing? And I was playing these substitutions, man. I was just getting into it. And he said, I want you to play what I want you to play, what I pay you to play. And I'm thinking, if somebody pays you to do something like that means you're like a prostitute, and there's a fine line between substitution and prostitution. Anyway, that's my experience with Mr. Man. I hope yours is better.
My abiding memory, fur. Just fur everywhere. He's all over me. The jumper, in my mouth. Studio's filthy. And he kept going on about he's got a gang. Wolf gang. It's my wolf gang. He's no Mozart, to tell you that much. A Wolfman. Wolfman. Oh, right. I couldn't tell because of his teeth. He can't speak properly. Wolfman. All right. Still fur, though. Just fur everywhere. It was absolutely covered in it. Fur.
Do I remember Wolfie? Hell yes. I remember thinking, do I shake his hand or get him to roll over and rub his belly? What to say about him, really? Just that he's an animal.
Because of the hours that Wolfman keeps, we've had to do this interview at night, so excuse the poor lighting. Good evening, Wolfman, and thanks for joining us tonight. Your 2018 video for A Wolf at the Door really divided the crowd, some people hailing you as a David Lynch-like genius, and others describing the video as just Horrible. In fact, is it true that your own family begged you not to release it as they thought it would bring shame on the family?
Yeah, well, I should explain that in my normal career as a serious musician slash producer, it's very hard to get people to play music or even notice you at all. So the fact that my folks hated it so much made me realize that I was onto a winner.
And it did turn out to be so. Then how and why did you become Wolfman?
Well, that was quite easy. I just built the most horrible looking mask that I could find on eBay. It arrived quite quickly, if I remember.
Was it expensive?
No, I think it was $7.99 with free postage. Of course, it had been Amazon. The postage would have been free anyway, but the masks on Amazon were all so nice.
Right, I see. So why did you become Wolfman?
Well, I had been struggling to get my music out there for years and always looking for something to set it apart. Then Lady Gaga burst on the scene wearing a ridiculous costume to get herself noticed. Her story is well documented, and of course, now she doesn't have to use the gimmicks.
Well, I didn't expect Lady Gaga to be in there anyway. I mean, she's a bit pop, isn't she? If she was any more pop, she'd be in a packet of Rice Krispies. Well, I've got to ask, will there be a point where you feel you can get rid of your gimmick, so to speak?
I will never take off my mask.
Never?
No, never. And please don't bring it up again.
Okay, not a problem. Well, let's go back to your first release, Wolf at the Door. Why this song?
I am a massive Radiohead fan, and my partner hates Radiohead. She particularly hates Thom Yorke's voice. She says it's like someone is cutting open her skull with a Stanley knife.
So, not a fan.
Have you been bloody listening? No, she's not. Anyway, there's a line right at the end of the second verse where Tom screams, "Can you turn this tape off?" And I thought it'd be good for her to really vent her hatred of Radiohead, and we could capture that in a recording. I mean, music should be an expression of how you feel, and what stronger feeling than a pure hatred, right? Strangely, she really likes the song now, even the Radiohead version, so that's become a win-win.
Well, it's a win-win for Radiohead. Maybe she'll run off with Thom Yorke. Hey, have you seen him lately? He used to look like Jesus, and now he looks like God.
Hey man, he is a god to me. That pic is from his latest video, Plasticine Figures.
Which brings us neatly to the new single, by no coincidence, called Plasticine Figures. Please tell us about it.
Well, for a start, it's a great song. It sounds really introspective the way Tom played it from home. But imagine if Radiohead had recorded it, it would have been a whole new barrel of fun in a ballpark.
Ah, but which period of Radiohead? I mean, if it had been on Kid A, it might have been Tom singing through a hosepipe with a single xylophone played backwards. I mean, that was a real bag of laughs, wasn't it? Hang on, come to think of it, I think I've still got a noose handy over here from the last time I listened to it.
So misunderstood. But no, I wondered what it would have sounded like if it had been on The Bends.
That's a great album. Can your version really stand up to the quality of that monumental recording?
Well, shall we have a listen? And you can decide. I will warn you, I don't respond very well to criticism.
I will bear that in mind. Here is Plasticine Figures by Wolfman.
Well, to suit your taste.
Hey, man, don't turn it off. Don't turn it off.
Sorry, Wolfie, we're pretty much out of time. Just got time to repeat this question. Will you ever take off the mask?
I bloody warned you, you bar. All the same, you could right off you and your.
Oh, just when that seemed to be going pretty well. Okay, I guess you'll have to make up your own mind if the new release is all it's cracked up to be or just a tired rehash of Wolf at the Door dragging up the same pathetic, tired imagery. Hey, have a great night, and let's hope the Wolfman doesn't come to your door. That could ruin your entire evening. Signing off from Not So Shabby Music here in Cardiff.